You have to like when there's a guy coming right in your face and he just sits in there and delivers it really well.
Yeah, football's back. I don't know what you guys heard in that. That's all I heard was football is back. I'm very excited about that. Even if you're not a football fan, you got to kind of look at it as, you know, it's good for businesses. How about that? If you can't wrap your mind around why people like sports or just football in general, at least look at it this way. It's good for businesses that have TVs up there, like restaurants and bars. It packs the house and puts money in people's pockets. So that's good. It's good. It also takes money away from people. Whether if you're somebody that is a compulsive gambler or you like to get boozed up, it's probably, there's some negatives. Let's not be naive about it. By the way, I haven't done a fantasy football session. I haven't been on any fantasy football teams in about 10 years. I retired as a champion from Ryan Edwards, who's with KOA now. He and I used to work together. He did a fantasy football league. I literally went in there, was just like, I don't know. I'm not really paying attention to anybody. And every time I drafted people, everybody's snickering. I can't believe Duff did that. Then I end up winning the whole damn thing. Because you guys went overboard nerd with it. And I just looked at the basics. Listen, I can't help it. I have a gift. And I figured, you know what? I'm going to retire on top. So I haven't done that. But yeah, I'm excited for football. It's something that my son's trying to get more into. So it's kind of like a bonding thing. He wants to learn more about football. He's actually starting to get into sports. So that's good. And I'm a Bronco fan, and there's a lot of hope on the horizon for the Broncos. We can get into that later. We got a whole bunch of great headlines to get into. Real quick, hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening. Don't forget, today's show is presented to you by the great people over at Bet Online. In fact, Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. Oh my God, we were just talking about that. Bet Online has every stat, every matchup, even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. And if you think you know your stuff, I know you do. You need to get in on that Bet Online's $200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every single week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of that $200,000. Now, when the games are all over, head on over to their online casino, get in on the game of blackjack or poker, or even unwind with one of their over 150 slot games. Go to betonline.ag right now to get in on the action. It's Bet Online. The game starts here. And speaking of getting things going, oh, wait, I think we need to hit on this real quick.
You have to like when there's a guy coming right in your face and he just sits in there and delivers it really well.
If you guys hear a soundbite like that in the future, send it to me, please. DeHuffPodcast@gmail.com or send it to my socials at DeHuffPodcast, because those are hilarious. And a lot of the local radio stations can't play those. But here I am. I'm here for you. For the childish schoolboy humor, we can play those here on the show. And do you think that dude heard what he said as he was saying it? He's like, yeah, it's nothing better when a guy's coming in your face. It happens all the time. And and let's be honest, what he was saying was accurate. You got somebody coming at you, and it just, we got the maturity level of middle schoolers over here. But if you see one of those or hear one of those, you got to let me know. If you can't find the clip, just tell me about it and I'll see if I can hunt it down. Okay? But those are always good to hear. I always love hearing those.
You have to like when there's a guy coming right in your face and he just sits in there and delivers it really well.
Yeah, right in the eyes. Yeah, you got to be careful when a guy's coming at you on the field and it just gets in your eyes and you just can't see. It's one of those things. It's weird. Moving along quickly. It's getting naughty in here. You know what we need to do? Let's jump into some headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
I'm still waiting to hear that this story isn't true because it's just so out there. I guess in today's political climate, it does kind of make sense. Conor McGregor on his Twitter account is saying that he's running for president of Ireland in 2025. Good for him. Well, good for him. I wonder what his platform's going to be. We need more Lucky Charms everywhere. Every man, every woman, every child gets a pint of Guinness and a bowl of Lucky Charms. And I'm going to fuck you up. Fuck you, Conor McGregor. No, good for him. I'll try to read what he wrote. I mean, he says, as president, I hold the power to summon the doll. I think that's how you say it, the doll, as well as dissolve it. So, as I said before, I would have all the answers the people of Ireland seek from these thieves of the working man, these disruptors of the family unit, these destructors of small businesses, and on and on and on. These charlatans sorry, I have to do that every now and then. It's a law. In their positions of power would be summoned to answer to the people of Ireland, and I would have done it by day end, or I would be left with no choice but to dissolve the doll entirely. Stop the train until the people of Ireland deserve the answers they seek. Point blank, this would be my power as president. I know very well Ireland needs an active president employed wholly by the people of Ireland. It is me. I am the only logical choice. 2025 is upcoming. Sorry, I kind of butchered that as I read it. But, I mean, that's fascinating. I saw somebody on Twitter saying, I did not see Conor McGregor running for president on my bingo card. Right. Like I wasn't expecting that. So he's been, I don't think he's fought in, I want to say 3 years with the UFC. And I know he just had a recent injury again. So I'm wondering, yeah, he must be done with UFC. He's getting up there. You see that all the time with fighters is they have this big push. They peak so early and then they decline very quickly and they fall off that mountain very quickly. So I think I mean, he's got are they married? Like, I think he has a wife, and then at least one kid, and it's just like, okay, you know what? There's more important things than fighting, and he's made a butt ton of money. Run away with it. If you can do something good, and you feel like that you would be a good answer, politically for Ireland, go for it, man. Uh, I don't know enough about politics to know it, anything really, but if he can go into a political situation and make things better, that's great. And let's be honest, now's the time to do it. The U.S. had somebody go in that wasn't a political guy and won with Trump. So maybe that's the new thing. Whatever. I don't want to get into politics. Politics make me feel gross. So fucking gross. I will actually get into that a little bit later because just the things that I saw last night on social media when it came to the NFL. But we'll get into that in a second. Stop it. Stop it. It's just more comical than anything. But good for Conor McGregor. Oh, everybody listen up. I'm going to fuck you up. Because you know how like every time he does a press conference, he's wearing his, fighting shorts and it looks like he's rock hard. Like you can tell he's like all amped up. I think he like eats some like Viagra before he does a press conference, gets his blood pumping, and then he's like I remember with the Floyd Mayweather one, like he has like a semi, And Floyd kept looking at it like, what the fuck is this? Come on. And Connor's just like, flexing his muscles. He's like, you like what you see here? Well, I'm going to be running for fucking president. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Well, I'm rock fucking hard. That's not even Irish anymore. That was like a weird Australian, New Zealand something. I just got to go back to me Lucky Charms. Look at me, I'm running for president. I'm fucking Conor McGregor. I'm gonna fuck everybody up. Help the working man. That's what he's gonna do. I yelled a lot in that last segment. I apologize. I don't like doing that much. Mainly because I spit all over my computer, and now I gotta clean it afterwards. It is riddled with spit. Anyway. Kim's Cafe in Greensboro, North Carolina is done with people coming into their location dressed all skimpy. So on their Facebook page, they're making headlines with this. It's not like I just, I live in Denver, Colorado. It's not like I'm, traveling over to North Carolina very often, but it's interesting. They posted this on their Facebook page a few days ago. They're tired of, like I said, people coming in there dressed all skimpy. So this is their new dress code. No shorts, no crop tops, no leggings, no T-straps, no white T-shirts, no short skirts, no skimpy clothing of any kind, no cleavage showing. This place sounds terrible to go into. No visual appeal. Who's showing up there? You just want people like head to toe? Like there was a little while where my kids went to a religious school because it was cheaper than daycare. And we're like, yeah, why not? They're nice people. But like they're very strict on the dress code. Ladies could not wear dresses that were at the knee or above. It had to be like an inch below the knee, something like that. It was crazy. But you know what? There was no harm in it. It's like, fine, yeah. But that being said, like that's the type of people that they're wanting to go in there is like you got to be like bundled up. There's two scenarios that I can see with this. You're going to get people, protesting in one fashion or another. You're going to have somebody that goes in there way overclothed. Like they're just like they can barely keep their arms out. This will be hilarious for people to do. They go in there and they have so many clothes on they can hardly move their arms. And then they're going to try to pay. That's going to be humorous. They're going to try to get their food and go sit down and eat, and that's going to be humorous. Okay, like just imagine somebody in a giant like snowsuit. That's what I'm expecting, right? And then you're going to have the other extreme. You're going to have people protesting this Kim's Cafe in Greensboro, North Carolina, by showing up in really skimpy clothes. Basically, you're going to have herds of dudes showing up to this cafe in banana hammocks, ordering, their 1-inch pork chop. That's what they're going to be doing. And they're going to say it seductively, right? As they should. I'll take a 1-inch pork chop. Yeah, I'm bragging. Yeah, I feel like I get it. There's times where people, especially when it's hot, if it's hot, people are going to show up in some nasty ass clothes sometimes. And you're like, dude, there's kids around. I don't want to see that. Your boobs hanging out. Sir, your boobs hanging out. Put it back in. Stuff like that. Like, I've seen it when I worked in restaurants. People come in and it's people, especially when there's kids involved nearby, people don't want to see that. Just put some fucking clothes on. No, listen, I guess that makes me kind of a prude when I say that. Is I don't really see the problem in what they're saying. Except for the cleavage stuff. I mean, come on. What are we, animals? That needs to happen. Could you imagine? They're like, but cleavage, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Yes. All the guys are like, yeah, it's fine. Hey, whoa. Rules are rules. Rules are rules. But yeah, I don't really have a problem with it. I get it. But that being said, people are going to protest it and they're going to be offended by it. Like, it's my right as an American to show up wearing my G string with my nuts hanging out. Okay. That's my right as American. I can show up and eat some chicken wings and rub the grease all over my exposed belly button. Okay. I don't know. You tell me. Is it too extreme? Because I guess it's too extreme until you see it. Until you see it with your own eyes. I've done seen it with my own eyes. It's not something I want to see. I don't want to see people wearing crop tops all the time and their boobies hanging out. Actually, I do like to see that. It is my thing. It's my jam. I like it. I like it. Until you have kids and you're like, dude, don't look over there. Stop it. Now, speaking of food, Chipotle and Spirit Halloween are teaming up, excuse me, and they're getting you ready for the holiday season of Halloween. And what's interesting is they always do promotions. Even when I worked at Chipotle a long time ago, we would do promotions. If you dressed up as a burrito on Halloween, you got a free burrito or something like that. It's usually what it was. And which tells you just like exactly how cheap burritos actually are to make. But we don't need to go down that rabbit hole. But it's all about making a profit so they can pay for their employees and continue giving you the product. Blah 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 blah. Don't need to go down that rabbit hole today. But it was always an interesting thing, and it was funny to see what people would come up with. You'd get a lot of high school students where their buddies would wrap them up in tin foil, and you'd be like, okay, you just spent all this money on aluminum foil. Here's your free burrito. Okay. It's kind of a wash. There you go. But they're coming out with their own Chipotle themed costumes, starting with a Chipotle fork. These are all, by the way, these are all of those like tight bodysuit costumes. Like you seen like Green Man or whatever. That's what these are. There's only one where I saw the face was exposed. But the first one is Chipotle fork. It's a completely black costume, head to toe. So basically, you could put your arms up in the air and your head's in the middle, and you look like a fork. That's their costume. Okay. I got to be honest. If I was a kid, I'd want to buy that because I'd like to go sneaking around the neighborhood and cause problems. That's what I would be doing, like egging people's houses. They're like, there was a shadow figure. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Oh, I shouldn't say this, but I will. Could you imagine just you get in that costume and you're just standing outside somebody's house and like on their front lawn? They would be freaked the fuck out. I wouldn't do that because you might get shot. You might get shot. Okay. In all honesty, I wouldn't blame somebody that scare the fuck out of me. There's some creepy guy, dressed as a shadow. Like you're just assuming it's like a ghost. I thought it was a ghost. They also got Chipotle to go bag. God, that one's really dumb looking. They got the Chipotle burrito. That's the one where your face is exposed, and it's just a shiny costume. They even got like a Chipotle water cup, which the suit is white, and it has like kind of the Chipotle cup decor on it. And then finally, they got a Chipotle napkin. It's like a brown one with red writing and stuff. It's just mimics the thing, but they're all the same. I thought that they would be a little bit like the Chipotle burrito, like make it bulky or something like that. The water cup, like these are all, by the way, these are all $39.99 on Spirit Halloween's website while they last. And they're only in certain locations. Colorado is one of them. So hop on there now if you're interested because those are going to be gone quick. As simple as they are, they're going to be gone quick because people are going to, wear them all around. I'm just a little disappointed in the creativity by Chipotle. What? No E. coli one? Come on, what the fuck? I gotta dress up as a bad piece of lettuce. They're like, that's not funny, Scott. That you can't prove that we did anything wrong. I didn't say you did do anything wrong. Just saying. Just saying. You guys had a bad run there where a lot of people were getting sick. It happens to a lot of restaurants. Come on, let's be honest there. But yeah, those are interesting. Would you want to dress up as one of those? I just feel like they're kind of lame. They're kind of lame. I posted them on my Twitter account. I'll post them on my Facebook account a little bit later too, at DeHuff Podcast. I just don't think that they're as creative as they could be. And if you're on there, tell me what they should have done. Because the burrito needs to be bulky. And I got to be honest, all the pictures, this is fucked up. I'm like looking at all the pictures. I was like, did they airbrush the guy's junk off, or are they all Ken dolls? Because let's be honest, they ain't all balls. I'm looking at them like, what the fuck? What the hell happened? Because if I was in them, everybody be going, oh my God, that burrito is all balls. I'm just saying. Just saying. Hey, I've been talking about this. I've been talking to a few people actually on email after promoting what I got going on with the Duff Uncensored podcast. It's really cool. I'm giving you guys, because small businesses especially need a break. And I'm like, you know what I could do for, a short time is give you guys in small business a break. And I love dealing with small business because you're the blood of the country. And what I get to do is promote you guys on my show. And I'm doing a sponsorship special. I'm cutting my rates in half. I'm a car dealer. I'm cutting the deals in half. I'm going crazy. From now until October 31st of 2024, if you and your business commit to a 2-month trial, you could be a proud sponsor of the #1 comedy podcast in Colorado. That's me, because all you're going to have to do is pay half the cost. Shoot me an email, dehuffpodcast@gmail.com, for more details. Like I said, I've been talking to a few people. They're interested, and they're realizing what they're going to get. And that's what I'll spill out for you in the email. It's a lot more options and opportunities for you. But your company's message will be projected to the world via all podcast audio platforms, plus video, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and of course, Twitch. And with over 20 years in Denver media, I'm not just another podcast. I'm in it for the long haul. Advertising budgets can be slim. I get it. Trust me, I get it. That's why I'm cutting you and your company a break. You're welcome. You're welcome. Half off sponsorship rates if you commit to a 2-month trial by October 31st, 2024. That could be you. You could be on this. I could be like, hey, today's show is presented to you by donkey hats. If you got a donkey, it needs a hat. If that's your thing, shoot me an email, dehuffpodcast@gmail.com. Let's get this thing rolling. Rolling. David Rush broke one of his own records. Oh my God, he's done this multiple times by using his mouth to bounce a ping pong ball off the wall 47 times in 30 seconds. Think about that. 47 times in 30 seconds. Just think about I'm sorry. Just think about that. I saw the video. I posted it on I think all my accounts. And I think TikTok banned it for a little bit because they thought it was inappropriate. Because it looks inappropriate. Just imagine you're blowing out a ping pong ball against the wall, and then you have to catch it in your mouth. It's really disgusting looking. It's just like, and then I'm like watching this. I'm like, how do you find you have that talent, and how and then practicing it has got to be weird. Could you imagine that? You're a kid. Mommy, why's Daddy's friend so excited to go to the basement with him? I'll tell you in therapy. Fucking dick. It's really weird. You gotta look at the video. It's so disturbing. Like it haunts me. Maybe don't watch it. I'm sorry. Yeah, don't watch it. It's gonna haunt your dreams. You're gonna wake up, or you're gonna go over to a buddy's house, and they're gonna have ping pong. You're just gonna curl up in the ball in the corner and be like, "No, no, make him stop. I don't want to do this." That's what's gonna happen. Or you're gonna find out you got the skill too. Hey guys, want to see me do a trick with this ping pong ball? Oh shit, Carl, not again. No, 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 no. I swear to God, it's no big deal. You're not gonna stick it up your butt again, are you? No, God, no. You don't want to see that?
What the fuck?
That's funny. That's funny. Don't do that.
I didn't do fucking shit.
Anyway, hey, the NFL starts this weekend. I guess it started last night for Thursday night football as the Chiefs beat the Ravens, which I thought was. Did you see that touchdown called back because the Ravens guy's toe, like the tip of his toe, if he would have been wearing white shoes, wouldn't have been a problem. But he was wearing dark shoes, so the tip of his shoe was out, and they called the touchdown back. But what's funny is I'm on social media, and there's a few people like on Facebook, they're like, if I would have known the Democrats were running the NFL, I wouldn't have bet on this game. Like, that has nothing to do with it. Jesus Christ. His foot was out. That's it. And real quick, when you say stuff like that, flip-flop it. If you have a Democrat friend that says, if I would have known the Republicans were running the NFL, I wouldn't have bet on it, you would say this. What a fucking idiot. So think about that before you say that, because it sounds dumb when you blame political parties for a sporting event. Makes no sense. If you want to talk politics in other fashions, whatever, in actual political formats, that's fine. But you don't. That's just silliness. I'm going to boycott the NFL. Shut up. God. But the Broncos, now somebody's going to get mad and just be like, I can't listen to this nonsense. Gosh, darn it. Broncos take on the Seahawks in Seattle. That's the one I'm going to be focused on because I live in Colorado. And Denver has to get their run game going. And there's a good reason why. Because they need to relieve the pressure that's on the shoulders of Bo Nix. He's going to be a little bit amped up, a little bit stressed out more than normal because he's in the big boy football league, okay? That's what he needs, that stress relieved. He needs to calm his nerves, and a good way to do that is get the run game going. That lays on the shoulders of the offensive line. They need to step up their game. This isn't preseason. This is regular season. Broncos need to go out there, establish the run game. That's gonna give Bo Nix a lot more mental space to do his thing, and keep Nix clean. And Broncos come out a victor on this one. I think it's pretty simple as that. Broncos defense needs to make some plays on the ball. Obviously, I want to kind of like what Troy Rank was saying the other day about the Broncos need to not just defend the ball, they need to attack the ball. I want to see some turnovers. If the Broncos get at least one turnover in this game, I'll be happy. But it hasn't been in their DNA as of late. So that needs to change this season, and I'd like to see it happen in game 1 against the Seahawks in Seattle. Not going to be an easy place to play for Bo Nix to get his first NFL start. It's going to be loud. They're proud out there in Seattle. So It's not going to be an easy game. Anybody that thinks it is isn't paying attention. So expect this to be a fist fight, and it all depends on that offensive line, because they're going to help dictate how this goes for Bo Nix. But I'm going to say the Broncos win this one 27-23. Go Broncos. Now let's jump into the mailbag.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
This comes in from David. He says, DeHuff, who will be the biggest bust this year in the NFL? That's a good question. There's a couple of guys I was thinking of. One being, it might be Russell Wilson. And reason being is I was listening to Vic Lombardi this morning on Altitude 92.5, and he was talking about that the rumblings coming out of Pittsburgh is Russell's calf injury isn't healing like it's supposed to be, not like they want it to be. And there's a good chance dude could miss out. And next man up. Who's that? Justin Fields? Yeah. Russ could be the biggest bust because, like we were talking about the other day, Ben Roethlisberger is, saying, Denver screwed up, essentially. Thanks, we'll take him. But he could end up being the biggest bust. Not like Pittsburgh loses much on that. They're not paying him hardly anything. Denver still is. But I think that could be huge if Russ can't get onto the field. Fields is going to actually go out there and he's going to seize the opportunity. And I think that would be a huge embarrassment to Russell Wilson in his career, because I think, in all honesty, if that happens, Russ is going to retire at the end of the season. If that happens. And he should, to be honest, that would be embarrassing. But if I were to put money on the biggest embarrassment projected for this upcoming NFL season, I think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers, because there is so much hype. He's coming back from an Achilles injury, and he's old as shit in NFL terms. So I think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers.
You done messed up, Aaron!
Yeah, you done messed up by coming back. Go back in your sweat lodge, Aaron Rodgers, and don't come back out onto the NFL, playing field. Stop, Aaron. You're done. But I can see that one happening. He played like a few snaps last year and he got fucked up. It's just, I think there's just a lot of potential for that. I don't see Bo Nix being a bust. I feel like there's something special about him, and I anticipate that he's going to do great. I would, if I was willy-nilly with my money, I would put money on Bo Nix being the rookie of the year. That's how confident I am, but I'm not confident enough to say, hey, honey, what do you think if I spent $1,000 with Bet Online and put some money down on Bo Nix? She'd be like, you're a fucking idiot. You're like, what? What do you mean? And she's like, oh my God, you just want to waste money? And then I'll come back with,
I didn't do fucking shit.
she's like, whoa. So funny. I hope you guys are having a good day. There's a lot going on. It's weird. I'm all out of sorts because I missed Monday because of Labor Day. Today's Friday as I'm recording this. And I'm usually, I got to go clean toilets after this. That's part of my deal. I got to do some laundry. Very exciting day planned after this show. I got to do some editing for Mile High Sports. Stuff like that. I'm excited. It's going to be a great weekend. There's a lot of, I was talking to Anilo over at Mile High Sports, and it's fun because you got the excitement for the Denver Broncos. You got the excitement of the Colorado Buffaloes. They won their first game against North Dakota State last week. They're taking on They're quote unquote rivals of Nebraska tomorrow on Saturday. That should be fun, but they're in Nebraska. I don't listen, as much as I believe in the Buffs and I want them to do well, I don't think they come out victors in this one, but I want to be wrong. Okay. I'll be more than happy to be wrong on that one. But if I were to put money on it with Bet Online, that's where I'm going. Is I would put the money on Nebraska to just win that one. I'm not going to say it's going to be a blowout, but the 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 Buffs have a defensive problem, and I just feel like it's going to get exposed by Nebraska. It is already kind of exposed, so we'll see, But I want them to win. I'd also put money on that the Broncos are going to beat the Seahawks. I see that as long as they get their run game going, boom, it's going to be a great start for Bo Nix and the Broncos. But I don't know if there's somebody that you're excited to see this weekend, let me know. DeHuffPodcast@gmail.com. By the way, a little housekeeping. I had a message uh, from Matt. He said, by the way, DeHuff, the roof is scary. There's no shame. I repaired my roof last summer and butt walked the whole 2 hours. I don't think I could do that for 2 hours, Matt. That's insane. He butt walked. I would have loved to have seen Matt on the roof, butt walking everywhere. You know, all the other fucking neighbors are judging him, all of them, until they get up there. Although my neighbor Rob is really good about that. He used to be a roofer at one point. So he gets up on his roof, no problem, walks around, scratching his sides. He's like, yeah, that's good. Let me go reach in the gutter. I'm like, what are you doing? You're going to fall. Be careful, Robert. I don't want to lose you. You make good beer. You make good beer. So thanks, Matt, for chiming in, as well as David. David, thanks for participating. If you want to join the show, I love it when you guys do it. Just hit me up on my email, dehuffpodcast@gmail.com. You can also reach me on socials @dehuffpodcast. If you want to participate as a sponsor on the show, I was talking to, like I said, I've been talking to a couple people that are interested, and we're doing that half price deal going on from now until October 31st. You can commit to a 2-month deal with the show for half price, and I'll send you all the details officially of what the costs are. If you just send me an email, dehuffpodcast@gmail.com. It's a lot of fun. I love having you guys on there as a sponsor as well, because it gives us a chance to expose the listeners to new companies out there. And I think that's fun. I think that's neat. Thanks for listening. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Share it with your friends if you could, please. Big thanks to Bet Online. Go check them out at betonline.com. And if you're going to make some Bronco bets, you got to let me know what you did with Bet Online, because I want to do it, but you can't bet scared money. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm scared to lose money. Okay? There you go. Anyway, it's DeHuff Uncensored. Let's keep moving forward. I'll talk to you next time.